In a world that is more connected than ever, the language we use plays a crucial role in bridging gaps and fostering understanding. English, the global lingua franca, presents the boundaries of native and non-native speakers, shaping the interactions in ways that we might not always realize. However, have you ever stopped to think about the power dynamics at play? Follow me as we explore the multifaceted world of English language education. The concept of linguistic hegemony, rooted in the ancient Greek word to lead, goes beyond just language. It involves power, control, legitimacy, and influence. In language, it refers to the factors that enforce one language dominance. Imagine a classroom where English is being taught. English in literature has been extensively examined about linguistic hegemony of English. Nonetheless, what about the experiences of those who teach English in those foreign lands? And how do you think those experiences vary across different cultures and geographical contexts? The literature reveals disparities in the treatment of English as a foreign language teachers. Consider the implications of non-native English instructors facing lower salaries, limited job opportunities, and varying attitudes. As we explore the different perceptions of native and non-native English-speaking teachers, consider your own perspective, observe or experience differences in how these teachers are treated and how these disparities impact the dynamics of student-teacher relationships and administrative treatment. Now, let's shift our focus to the profound interplay of culture within English language acquisition. Language and culture are inherently intertwined. This reflects on how the connections between language and culture enriches your understanding of English as a global language. The literature underscores the evolving role of English as a global lingua franca. On the other hand, opinions on teaching methods vary. Consider yourself if you find learning towards more traditional English native speaker models, or if you embrace a more diversified and globalized language education perspective. How might these perspectives influence the ongoing discourse and challenges within the field of English language education? In the initial segments of our journey, we turn our focus to the viewpoints of teachers considering both native and non-native English speakers. This examination goes beyond geographical distinctions, delving into the cultural nuances that shape the intricate terrain of language instruction. What does it mean to be a non-native teacher of English?
Well, a non-native teacher of English is an educator whose first language is not English. Their role involves addressing challenges with language norms and cultural preferences, advocating for inclusivity and contributing to a broader global perspective.
And where are these non-native teachers coming from?
Simplifying the intricate dynamics of English language distribution, we turn to the widely recognized Carrizo circle theory. This theory neatly categorizes the global use of English into three distinct categories, and the global use of English into three distinct circles, each with its unique characteristics and implications. Firstly, we encounter the inner circle, a realm comprising native English-speaking countries, such as the USA, UK, and Australia. Here, English is not merely a language, but an integral part of the cultural fabric. Moving on to the other circle, we find nations where English may not be the native language, yet it holds significant sway in official contexts and educational settings. Countries like India and Nigeria exemplify this category, showcasing the diverse way English is wielded as a tool for communication and governance. Lastly, we venture into the expanded circle, a vast domain where English is learned as a foreign language and is not officially employed. Many countries in Asia, Latin America, and Europe fall into this category, illuminating the global trend of adopting English as a gateway to international communication, education, and a broader worldview. In the context of English language education, non-native teachers predominantly find themselves in the other and expanded circle. Here, English serves as a conduit for international exchange, education, and a broader global perspective. Understanding these circles provides a lens through which we can unravel the complexities of linguistic dynamics and appreciate the role that English plays on global stage.
But how can language and culture be better integrated into educational contexts?
Well, in terms of integrating culture and language, there is a call for a significant shift in our approach. The idea is to create a more comprehensive learning experience. For instance, a teacher might use the works of renowned Latin American authors such as Gabriel Garcia Marquez or Isabel Allende as part of literature classes. By exploring these literary pieces, students not only enhance their English language skills, but also gain insights into the rich cultural heritage of Latin America. This approach helps make the content more relatable and engaging, fostering a deeper connection between language learning and the cultural context of the students. Notably, professional development programs are crucial in driving this change, as suggested by Fong and Martin. These authors advocate to stepping away from the traditional native speaker model and urges to adopt a broad perspective of English instruction. It's about acknowledging the various ways that non-native teachers and speakers use English and infusing local cultures into our teaching methods.
Our final chapter delves into the profound impact of English phenomenon on preserving local identity and the rich tapestry of cultural diversity embedded within students' vernacular language. As we delve into this topic, our goal is to navigate the interplay between maintaining the core of local identity and navigating the currents of an increasingly globalized world. Central to this discussion is the urgent concern that the widespread dominance of the English language might unintentionally jeopardize cultural diversity and the very essence of individual identities. Throughout this exploration, we try to unravel the inherent complexities of this tension, diligently seeking a clear pathway that balances global integration while safeguarding diverse cultural identities. The surge of globalization has elevated English to the status of predominant global lingua franca. Nevertheless, among educators, diverse perspectives emerge regarding its role in education. Considering the highlighted tensions, how might educators adeptly navigate the challenges presented by a pervasive global influence of English within language education?
Embracing a flexible and an inclusive curriculum that honors local culture while preparing students for global communication is essential for educators because this collaborative approach fosters for a more meticulous and culturally sensitive teaching method. And it is so important that through continuous dialogue among educators worldwide, such collaboration not only acknowledges diverse perspectives, but also ensures a holistic and a culturally attuned educational experience for students.
Employing contextual and suitable teaching resources means sustaining and validating various forms of English and diverse cultural backgrounds. And in this sense, teachers' cultural awareness is key. The adverse impacts of this globalization, specifically concerning culture, prompt them to address the matter thoughtfully, anticipate potential harmful outcomes, and create optimal coping strategies. It's perfectly acceptable to own English in order of honoring and affirming unique cultural heritage and personal identities.
Teachers indeed play a crucial role in handling the complexities of language and culture in education. Understanding their ownership of English empowers them to adjust the language to suit diverse societal contexts. Building upon this, how these teachers' understanding of their ownership of English impact their ability to adapt the language to mirror the society where it is utilized.
Exploring the connections between English comprehension of their ownership of English and their competence in adapting the language to mirror their respective societies disclose essential insights into the dynamics of language education and cultural integration. In an article written by Safari and Rastro, there's a thoughtful interview where one of the interviewees emphasized that globalization is perceived as an unavoidable shared phenomenon that impacts all societies, all individuals, or even various aspects of people's life.
Globalization comes with the English language, so with the purpose of generally reflecting their cultures and identities, people need to embrace a feeling of ownership over the universal language.
As we wrap up our journey through the intricate landscape of English language education, it becomes evident that this story remains dynamic and multifaceted. The pages of this narrative are inscribed by teachers, researchers, and learners alike, each of them contributing to the unfolding saga that is English language education. What resonates profoundly throughout this exploration is the diversity of perspectives within the field, from the towering expectations of native-like speech to the nuances of cultural diversity. It's a tapestry interwoven with the threads of countless experiences.
These findings aren't mere statistics on a page. They are the voices of educators endeavoring to navigate the complexities of linguistic hegemony, students forging their identities through English, and academics shaping the discourse of language education. Now, some questions arise. How do we move forward? How do we reconcile the need for global adaptability with the imperative to preserve local cultural identity? It's not about choosing sides, but rather embracing the diversity of approaches, whether one champions the traditional native speaker model or advocates for a more diversified, globalized perspective. Every voice is crucial in this ongoing dialogue.
Our journey through the world of English language education uncovers a nuanced tapestry of perspectives, from the disparities faced by EFL teachers to the global spread of English. Each chapter adds a layer to the narrative. As we contemplate the future of English language education, it is essential to recognize the power we wield as individuals into shaping this discourse. Whereas in the conversation we engage in, or the methodologies we embrace, all contribute into this ongoing story.
However, let's not overlook the fundamental role of pre-service teachers in this journey. Understanding their evolving attitudes can pave the way for a brighter future in English language education.
In this ever-evolving field, our collective voice holds significance. Let's continue this dialogue, embracing the diverse perspectives that shape the landscape of English education. Together, we'll speak the next chapter of this dynamic story.